Okay, first we have to start and we'll take a look at the cover of the Economist magazine of January 9th, 1988. Now at the top it says, "Get ready for a world currency." Now, what we'll do is, I guess to really get started, we'll start at the bottom of the picture and we'll work our way up. The first thing I want you to take notice of is there's all these currencies on the ground that are under the feet of the phoenix. The phoenix being this bird here. In Egyptian, this bird was known as the Bennu bird, B-E-N-N-U. And another name for it was Ben-Ben, B-E-N-B-E-N. It's also known as the phoenix. Now, if you look at his feet of the bird, you'll see all these currencies, and they're all burning. Now, one of the things that this symbolizes is about the currencies specifically, not so much about the flames. I'll get into the flames later, but about the currencies, and specifically is that they're in the process of being destroyed. But what you'll notice about this picture, if you look clearly, you'll see that these currencies are not destroyed. They're in the process of being destroyed. And if we look at the year is 2018, which is not this year. It's next year. And the currencies are not totally destroyed. They're in the process of being burned. Now, if you take a look on these currencies, what you'll see is there's a dollar there. I see the Great British Pound. I see under his foot there, I'm not sure exactly which currency it is, but I see the yen. And I see a number of other ones, possibly the Canadian dollar and a number of other ones. This is a long-term plan. And they know the exact timing of the plan, the ones who created this magazine cover. 2018, the plan, according to the plan is in clear sight. They're showing us definitively not only the time frame, but they're showing us definitively exactly what's going to happen or take place with these currencies and what process these currencies are going to be in their destruction, symbolized by they're mostly whole. If you take a look, you'll see that these currencies are still mostly whole and intact. And in fact, some of the currencies, as well as the US dollar, are not being burned at all hardly yet by the flames. It's the ones in behind that we can't see. And so the process is being undertaken in the year 2018, not 2017. If we go by this magazine cover, because clearly around the diadem around the bird's neck says clearly 2018, and it has the number or numeral 10 and the phoenix. Now we move upwards a little bit, but to the back of the burning currencies. And we see the flames. Now the phoenix would burn, and then he would rise from the ashes. This phoenix is symbolizing two things simultaneously. It's symbolizing two different systems or world systems or governances of the world or governances. The phoenix, the old system, which he represents, dies. And the new system, which he also represents, rises from the ashes. And what you'll see is this phoenix has arisen from the ashes of the burning old system, which is symbolized here. In other words, the old system is in flames and in chaos and is burning. And this new phoenix, which is standing already, you can see he's standing, he has arisen. This new phoenix has arisen, and he has this new coin around his neck. This is not portraying the old dead system, the old dead phoenix. This is portraying the new arisen phoenix that has risen from the ashes of the burning old system. And so this is the new system, this phoenix with the gold coin around his neck. And he has been resurrected from the dead of the old system. Now, if we go into a little bit more detail about this particular phoenix, what this phoenix symbolizes. The phoenix was the symbol of the sun. And if we take a look at this phoenix a little bit closer, we look at its head, we move up to its head, what you'll notice is that there's something on its head right here. A symbol on its head. This symbol was known as the symbol of regalia, or kingship, or regal. And it is a crown upon the head of the phoenix. Now, if you look at the base of this crown very closely, and you get right in close, you'll see that there's little tiny, they look like stones or something, or little tiny points going around the base of the crown that he's wearing, the phoenix. Those are the points of a crown, or they're like if you take a look at a crown, you'll see the points that come off of a crown. These points are go back to the symbolism of the sun, or the meaning of kingship, or to be the king, or the reigning king. The pharaohs, not only the pharaohs, but the emperors of Rome, were considered to be the reigning king, or the redeemer of all of mankind. All of the Augustus, Tiberius, all the Caesars were known as the reigning king, and also they were the emperor, but they were also the savior, considered to be the savior of all of mankind. They were considered to be a god made incarnate in the flesh, or they were also known as the reigning king. Now, if you went back to the emperors of Egypt, they were known as pharaohs, and the same thing applied to them. They were known as the Horus, or the reigning king, the redeemer of all mankind, God made manifest in the flesh. When they died, it believed that they were resurrected and went to heaven to be an immortal star in the sky. And they were symbolic of the sun god. And this is why the rays come off of the crown. The rays are the rays of the sun. If you see what a child draws, when a child draws a picture of the sun, he often puts these rays on the sun, and these rays are symbolic of the sun. When you look at the sun, the sun's rays, it's rays of light, and this goes with the analogy too of the churches use, and oftentimes of shedding new light. They say the light of the world. It's very figurative surrounding the sun god and his points of light that come off or reflected off of the sun god. And so now, if we take a look again at the regal on the top of this phoenix, this is symbolic of him being the reigning king, or the redeemer, or the pharaoh, or the Caesar. The power, the world power, is bestowed upon the head of this phoenix. And this power is going to be bestowed upon this phoenix, or he's going to rise. This new world order is going to rise from the ashes in the year 2018. Now, we've taken a look at the regalia upon his head and the symbolism behind that. Let's take a quick look at the coin that is around his neck. And this is the centerpiece. They have actually made this the centerpiece of this entire magazine cover. And at the very center of the entire magazine cover, dead center, it has the year 2018. They're making a point. In fact, if you take a look at this whole magazine cover, it all is central around that center, which is this gold coin in the year 2018 and the numeral 10. It's very important. That's why they put this. It's the centerpiece of the whole magazine cover. And in fact, even the year 1988 was probably done for a reason. Now, I don't know what the reason would be for the year 1988 yet. But everything they do it for a reason. And I've picked apart a few of the things in this magazine cover, but there's probably more that I'm even missing. Maybe if you took a look and counted the feathers on the bird even and stuff like that, everything. There's just so much symbolism involved here in this magazine cover. It's unreal. And it's symbolism in plain sight where you can actually see it visibly. And if you pick it apart, you can start to see what's really coming. And their timing for it. All the way back in 1988, they knew exactly what they were doing here with this magazine cover. So now if we focus on this coin, we can see that the coin is a certain color. It's gold. The coin is gold. And this is very important to the whole. It's central. And that's why they've put it in the center. The centerpiece is gold. Their plans are, and have been all along, to go back to a monetary system based on gold for the New World Order. And if you think for 1 second that they've given up on these plans and that they've just said, oh, well, populism has come along, oh, well, nationalism has come along, we must just give up and give up all of our plans that have been made for hundreds and hundreds of years because populism has come along or nationalism has come along, and we're just gonna cease and desist, and we're just gonna pull into the background and not have any of this happen. Well, this is probably a wrong way of thinking if that's the way you're thinking, because what's probably really going on is this whole populism movement and this whole movement of nationalism probably has its place in this long-term plan that they're showing you right here on this cover of the Economist magazine. And so gold is central to this plan. Gold and silver both. All the way through history, whenever they've talked about gold, they've always referred to it as and silver, or silver and gold, or gold and silver. Not silver and not gold and platinum, not gold and diamonds, but gold and silver, silver and gold, gold and silver, silver and gold. They go together. The movement of these two. Gold moves with silver, silver moves with gold. If silver goes up, gold goes up. If gold goes down, silver goes down. They move together. And so if you see the center of this coin, what you're actually seeing is their plans for the New World Order to be based on gold. Gold is the currency of the elite. This is why if you go for pure silver or pure gold, you don't have to pay tax on it, because this is the currency of the elite. And when this whole thing switches over again and switches back to the new world, this new world order that they're planning, all of the paper currencies, they're showing you right here what's going to happen. In the year 2018, all of these paper currencies are going to become absolutely worthless. And if your savings is all in these paper currencies, this is why it's so important to examine this magazine cover and to see the aspects that they're showing you right out here visibly in the open. So I've put all this together in just this 1 second segment of some of the things that I see. I think I'm going to have to do a third segment and break it apart even further. But suffice for today, I think segment 1 and segment 2 is enough. So thank you very much for listening. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next article. Bye for now.